We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go from the Steel City. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Right to the air from the 30 on the first play. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he's going to have the Steelers' first down. They only needed 1, but it's a gain of 6, and it'll move the chains. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He's got room at the 30. And will move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track. It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup, because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Yes, he does. 1st and goal coming up.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It's picked up by one of his teammates. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in there.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season. The PAT, up and good. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
I'm wondering.
1st and 10 now from the 36.
Gun.
Burrow gonna open by putting it up. He gets this into the hands of Green. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. Not quite to the end zone, but in great position out of bounds at the 3.
11.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
The motion man is Johnson. Here comes the jet sweep. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line. From back at the 6-yard line, what can they do on 3rd and goal? Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
And this is incomplete. They don't go for the field goal. Wind up trying to throw for the touchdown. They get nothing out of it on 4th and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And it'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And this will be incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy.
He gets 3. Still going. And he will dive into the end zone. 82 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Brown now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. So after one, it's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go.
Play action now. It's Burrow. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And he will go all the way. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Bengals are on the board. It's now 14-7. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He keeps it himself.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To the left side, it's caught by Brown.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
19, Tiger, 19.
Now a give up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
1, 2, ready?
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Got it.
He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Here we go, here we go.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. And that is no good. He missed it. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, The other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick, so it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
So much of that play comes down. Positioning, being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
12.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. 2nd down and 3.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. To the outside, it's looked in by Chase. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. On 1st down, Burrow. Open man, downfield, Chase has it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
When you come across on a jet sweep, Mike, you're hoping once you get the ball, all you see is green grass and open space. Well, in this case, he had a lot of unhappy defenders waiting for him, and they're able to put him down behind the line.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Gun.
Burrow working in the pistol. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A gain there of 15. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
12.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Ja'Marr Chase. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. First and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is incomplete.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
They'll try again. It's second and 10.
Let's go.
They'll throw out of the gun. Again, working deep downfield. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start from their own 7.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here we go.
They bring Chase in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 20. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Brown now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Burrow now. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Defensively, that's just a missed opportunity, Mike. Anytime you have 2 defenders in the area, and neither one of them is able to make a play on the ball. Yes, I know that the ball felt incomplete, but, man, you got to get your hands on that ball and take advantage. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is third and 10. Now, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
11.
Burrow throwing on fourth down. That is brought in. And he's going to have the Bengals first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some. Burrow. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup of 14 on that walk. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
On one, ready? Here we go.
They bring Chase in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Burrow here on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, Kate. 11 MT, Kate.
Now, Burrow. That is hauled in at the 5. He is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The ball's out. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
That catch number 40 on the season for him. So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. Johnson a chance to run on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Second down, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Here we go.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. That's taken in. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now, faking the give. A throw on the move is caught. About 15 yards to kick off. It's a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. They'll look to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. Now they'll set up to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Back to the air one more time. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is first down and goal. They try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. They'll try to run this one in. This defense backed up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3. Throwing here on third and goal. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Steelers. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
On the line, right?
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll run on second down. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Burrow to throw for it on fourth down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. On is McPherson for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bengals go up by 7, 28-21. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Here we go.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Pass downfield is caught by Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll throw out of the gun.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
He'll look to throw. The ball comes out, and it's recovered by one of his teammates.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out, or it certainly needs to be protected.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down.
19, Tiger, 19, take over.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
On the ready. Half to 60, half to 60. 18, 18. Here we go. Ready.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted.
Frankly, Mike, a disaster. And I don't know how else to classify it. I mean, that's now 5 turnovers. Through the air, you're just not going to win games at this level playing and giving the ball away.
11.
Here's 1st and 10.
Gun. Stop.
The motion man is Johnson. Look to hit him with the jet sweep here to begin this drive. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
Slot man in motion right. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
On one, ready?
This crowd into it now as we get to third down.
Here we go. Stop.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. He'll try and get there on the ground. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it.
Oh, my goodness, Mike, what a mistake. Late in the game, you're protecting the lead. That can't happen. You know they're going to be raking at the ball. You know they are desperate to create a turnover. Just somehow he doesn't put the ball away, and this game just got a lot more interesting.
And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on that pass play. Good for a Steeler first down.
Let's go now.
They'll run here. And the Steelers are going to be set up with first and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane. They'll have it at the 1-yard line. They'll stick to the ground. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within one, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. This is short kick, returnable from the 13. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. They'll come up for first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That ball intercepted. Oh,
And just what a turn of events, Mike. You have the ball. You're thinking all we need to do is milk the clock, get into field goal range, and win this thing in regulation. But now after that turnover, you find yourself now back trailing, and I'm not sure there's enough time for them to come back.
the extra point is up and through. And the Steelers will go up by 7. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here's first down.
Here we go. 11.
Burrow. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's second and 2.
Get set.
42-yard line.
Got.
Now, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive. Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on third down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Gun.
2 timeouts, still in their back pocket. It's first and 10. They go play action for Burrow. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big third down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have fourth down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. And the Steelers will have great field position right around midfield.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. A ball deep for the end zone. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Kansas City. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Mahomes throwing on fourth.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. In motion, the tight end. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy,
48 yards.
And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Here's Allen to throw it. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Allen going to throw. That is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Allen being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run, and that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Mahomes going to throw. Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. That is caught by Rice for a Kansas City touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. And Xavier Worthy with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, now how about this return? A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Allen now looks to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Throwing now is Allen. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
The 20. Down to the 10. Pushing his way through. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I mean, at this...
It's the venue that's had plenty of success come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Ball teed up, Austin Seibert out for the kick. And we're off from Arrowhead. Nicole Hardman now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and it does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
Hey, 57, colors. There's
Mahomes got to throw on this first play. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Mahomes trying again here on 2nd and 10. Kelsey makes the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. And he can't escape. They drop him to the turf. Got a flag down, though, from early indications. I think this might be on the offense. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over after the interception. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
18 Cardinal.
Daniels back to throw. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Let's go, man.
First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Ready?
On 2nd down, Robinson. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete beyond the marker. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. 1st down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. So through 1, this game, more for you defensive maestros out there. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Out of the gun, Daniels. They'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down read option. He keeps it running right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
2nd and 15. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Daniels to throw on 4th. He's got it. Did he get the feet in on 4th down? Did he get it? No, they're saying he didn't get both feet in. Incomplete on 4th down. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Attack, attack!
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Wide open, downfield, got it! And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. And he misses the point after, so this stays a 6-point game. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Play fake here, Daniels. Forced out to his right. Able to find Ertz. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders tie it in the final minute of the half. Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Hardman with a return. He's got a lane up past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Benjamin St. Juste getting up to end that play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 5. To the sideline and brought in by Worthy. And he reaches the 30 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 29 yards. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Hey, Ridley.
2nd and 6 now. Escapes out to the left. Took off with it again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. First down throw, Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take the lead just before halftime. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock Martin, the touchback. This kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Starting from the 5. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Reed now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
19,
Staying with Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Escapes a defender. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making a stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
Running back sent in motion.
Cut 19.
Daniels from the pistol. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
19 right. 18, 5 here.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Throw caught at the 6. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal. Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Commanders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
He's throwing for it. Headed out right. And that catch in the end zone gives them the lead. Well, that right there really changes the complexion of this game. They take the lead on the conversion rather than playing for the tie.
You can just see my head up here in this booth, right? It's just shaking. I mean, the old-timers are looking at some of these decisions the new school guys are making and just wondering aloud, what are you thinking? Well, what they're thinking is what some of the data is telling them to do. And what I love, Kate, it now really puts the pressure on that other side to respond.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And he makes the half goal. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make the pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Good looking return here, and he's got room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Mahomes trying again after the pick. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it at the 30. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs shaved some off the deficit late in the quarter. The Chiefs offense stayed on the field. They're going to try for 2. Mahomes throwing for 2. Flush down now to his left. And he will get into the end zone. That ties this game up. Reed now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Robinson. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackle made there by Derek Nottie. Give him 5 yards on the pickup. And we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's all knotted up at 21. Plenty of scoring here as we begin the final quarter. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another carry for Robinson. And he'll get it up to the 44. They gain 14 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Ready? Left wing 19. Ready? Up. Ready?
Out of the gun, Daniels. He's got a man left. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
This is Eckler on 2nd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Washington first. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Commanders with a little more work to do to win it here. On first down, here's Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Completed over the middle. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders jump in front late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Return coming from the 6. And he doesn't get very far on the return, just beyond the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
They're out and set, first and 10.
Yellow.
Here he is to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Hey, 15. Yellow. My side. 15. My side.
Setting up to pass. Trying to push it deep downfield. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll look to throw it. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Back to throw. That one complete to Hopkins. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. First and 10. It's Mahomes. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Yellow.
Trying again following the sack. Rolling out to his left. And he got there in time. He's taken down.
Attack.
A big loss on the play. Brings up third.
So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And there was no easing up. It took some At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Ball teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Cordero Patterson now to return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Ross off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 24-yard line.
Friday. Alert.
Another try following the sack. It's caught. That's Mike Williams.
That is all-out effort, Kate, to make the catch. Putting his body on the line, diving for the ball. He earned that reception, and some more targets are clearly coming his way in the future.
Wilson on 3rd down. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys force the turnover on the first series of this game.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
On the move, headed right. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Cowboys parlay the interception into points. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Patterson now to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set. 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. Offense in the hurry up here. Shotgun snap for Wilson. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. I wonder who it was, Kate. Which defender had that little bit of clairvoyance that there was a draw coming, include the rest of his buddies in? Because somebody saw that coming. That's the only way they could have been so prepared for what was...
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys get it back with a nice return to boot down inside the 30. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book. Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Working quickly here. First down from the red zone. Getting out to his left. And they take this in for the score. The Cowboys pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. And the kick is no good. An early point after left on the table. Maybe later in this game, it's going to be a moment we look back on. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never...
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Cowboys take over as they intercept it for the 3rd time in just our opening quarter. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that...